Of course, this is the Hephaestus Challenge, week number 9. We are in silver playoffs. The winner of this matchup will get seeded into the gold playoffs, but the winner of this will go against... Now, who... Let's see, who made it from this? Looks like Sky Invading Rhinos won out in the other matchup. So Sky Invading Rhinos, which I don't think anybody was really too surprised that they do move on. They've been one of the strongest teams in the entire Hephaestus Challenge so far. They barely didn't make it through the final into the second spot. I think they had some disconnect issues in the game versus Merriman as well. So, that definitely played a little bit of a part into it. But they do climb right on out of here and get back into the Gold League playoffs, or Gold playoffs, because it's not actually a league. Regardless, we are getting this match started once more between the Sacrilege team and the Cake team. This is once again on Battle on the Dunes.
Yeah, no, I'm going to be curious to see what Sacrilege decide to pull off. Are they going to try to do the same flanking maneuver that they were planning on doing? Or are they going to try something new, maybe just a complete bum rush down the middle? It's going to be interesting. We're definitely going to... It definitely looks like there's going to be some action going on here, especially with the builds that we previously stated.
All right, well, let's get a quick loadouts once more. Tropo flying the Kamikaze Punk with that Hades and Light Flak on the front, with the Gatling mortar on the side, and the Broken Submarine with a Gatling mortar up front, a flamethrower flare gun on the side, and that is Mr. Lambert's ship.
And on the Gomez, piloted by Fox, we've got Artemis Merc with a Flamer flare side. And on the VSS in the Trunker, you've got a dual Merc port with a front Banshee Carousel and a Carronade Flamer starboard.
Yep, so no changes to guns. I was curious to see if anybody decided to switch things around, but it looks like no changes there. Cake getting set up in the exact same spot they were originally, and we'll see what Sacrilege has up their sleeve this time around. Last time they tried to go around the two sides. Once again, I almost want to say that it's almost better that they didn't try to go for that. I fear for Sacrilege if that's the kind of maneuvers that they're trying to pull off. It's very, very hard to ever pull off a flank maneuver like that. Especially on a map like Battle on the Dunes where you can see everything.
Yeah, it's definitely where Cake is going right now. That's one of those spots where, we've seen it quite a bit in many different competitive plays here. That ship is one of the hardest places to assault in Dunes, due to the cloud cover that's just simply only sporadically there. You should be able to get around it. I mean, if your favorite little engine here, you can start sneaking up on it. If the Cake isn't watchful, you can actually go low and kind of play with that. That is an avenue of approach that it looks like Sacrilege may be trying to take. It looks like they are grouped up, so that is a lot nicer, a lot better than the split-up play that they were going to go with. And we will certainly see what's going on. Just a bit of maneuvering going on. Cake's not really doing much. They're just sitting with sharp eyes out. Gomez is a little extended out of that ship. I kind of would like to see the Gomez kind of stay back behind the ship, use that as hard cover if they get the chance, because the VSS in the Trunker is not really moving that much.
Yep, both of these ships kind of just hanging around here. I think the fact that they haven't spotted anybody let the Gomez move up a little bit further than he's. I have a feeling both of these ships are going to retreat sooner or later here. They're just trying to get on a little bit of a peek out here just to see what's going on. In the Trunker is a little bit of a precarious position. If somebody was right in his face, actually gets a little bit of a slam against that. That's exactly what I was going to mention here, is if he gets pinned against this pillar itself, it could be a little bit hairy. But considering how far the Sacrilege teams are away from these two Cake ships, they've got plenty of time to maneuver yet.
Absolutely. Yeah, it looks like there was a small disconnect. I think that was actually already just said. But they're back looks like, yeah, Sacrilege is moving up on that engine. No spots have been thrown yet, but Sacrilege really just knows where Cake's going to be. It's kind of the double-edged sword here is with this long map. You kind of know where the other team is going to be if their build is sniping.
Yep, and they do definitely see him, and they are getting some shots down towards the Sacrilege team. No spots, however, so it's going to be kind of hard to really hit much of anything without any spots. They are getting shots over, and a few connects. It looks like a couple of went maybe into the Kamikaze Punk's balloon, but they are just kerosening right on fourth, and you know, without spots, it's gonna be a little bit hard to continually hit with these long mercs.
They do actually have spot on the Kamikaze Punk, but the broken
weird.
submarine is actually
for me.
not. Yeah, it's both the Cake team are spotted. The VSS Trunker just lost a spot, but the Kamikaze Punk is still spotted. He's still getting focused down. The Gomez did take a bounce off the ground.
Yeah,
and
Gomez is
down.
armor all the way
Mortar
down.
shots are missing though,
And the light flag shots are missing as well.
but I mean we're in Gat mortar range here. The Gomez is in trouble. He needs broken submarine is playing to ranges here, playing to the height advantage. The SS Trunker coming up with that flamethrower, trying to get some disables.
And Gomez is about to go down here as Broken Submarine comes charging on in. Wonderful approach here by the Sacrilege team. Just worked out beautifully for them. They were able to get in nice and close. This is exactly what they wanted to do. Now VSS and the Trunker is getting a nice set of flames off onto both the Broken Submarine and the Kamikaze Punk, knocking out the balloons as well. Might just be able to get away because of that. But really, the problem is that, once again, and I've seen Cake have this several times in the season so far, they don't have a whole lot of superb killing power. They've got a lot of Mercuries and a lot of Disables and, you know, a lot of Flames and stuff like that, but they don't have anything really to actually just finish a ship off with.
Yeah, no, that's definitely going to hurt them in the long run, but it does look like VSS Strongers holds down. Mortar shots coming in, flak shots, and he's dead. There we go. That's Sacrilege in its finest, focusing down that enemy. Now, the key thing here is they are in blue spawn area. Gomez has spawned in. He has spawned in a little bit off into this this E5 area, as is the VSS and the Trunker. We're going to start to see maybe the Cake Clan start to maybe move in together, maybe start a counterattack here.
Yeah, sorry guys, apparently I pressed the wrong button.
Oh.
And the score wasn't showing, so that's my fault, guys, my fault. It should be up now. It is 2-0 Sacrilege.
GG. All right, we got spots thrown on Sacrilege, and Cake is also spotted, so they know where each other is. Sacrilege is going to pull behind this hard cover here, which is a smart thing for them to do. They need to get out of those Mercury arcs, kind of get closer, let the Broken Submarine get into those Gat mortar ranges here. Definitely good. Spots are broken. Now you're gonna start to see them. Yep, they're maneuvering. This is what Sacrilege needs to do from here on out. One of the things that I've always noticed with Sacrilege, and something that me and Zill kind of decided to play to with Sacrilege, is they've got movement issues. When they're moving, sometimes they're not as together as they should be, and that's what we targeted. And so this is good to see. It's good to see them together. Good to see them actually doing what they need to do.
Yeah, it can get very hairy if you're far apart, like the Gomez and the VSS Trunker is right now. I know they've got some long shots going on, but you can get double teamed so easily like this. And once again, Cake suffering a little bit, and that's a short side on that ship as well. The Gomez is way far away. The VSS Trunker is actually going to get bounced along into the debris here, and Sacrilege is just bringing their A game basically all day today. They're getting some extremely good shots off into the VSS Trunker here, who is trying to rise on up, getting above the Kamikaze Punk at least, and is getting some nice flames down into the Broken Submarine, who is suffering from that somewhat. Armor is about to go down, but the Kamikaze Punk now using its side Gatling and mortar, and is getting some damage into VSS Trunker. Broken Submarine actually taking a decent amount of damage there. Finally, the Gomez is doing a little bit of work, but they are returning the favor onto the VSS Trunker in the meantime.
Yeah, it's Broken Submarine armor is down again. It's continues.
Oh, and the Broken Submarine does get taken down there. That's a little bit of surprise. I mean, I did not expect the side guns and the front guns of the Gomez to be able to do that much, but now Kamikaze Punk is well, he's in a lot of trouble here. He is getting flamed by these by the Trunker, who did lose his balloon, so he's going to drop out of arc sooner or later. Oh my God! Look at that flamethrower. Look at how high that can shoot.
Flamethrower has very good arcs. It's definitely definitely one of those weapons that's, you know, Cake's specialty. They are a fire clan. They take pride in that. So they
and Kamikaze Punk does go down there to the Gomez's front shot. So we got a 2-2 tie.
This is definitely going to be an interesting match. We're already seeing some excitement. Not as slow as one would expect on Dunes. Gonna see where Sacrilege decide to spawn in here.
And it looks like Cake's just gonna pull back to their own side, and Sacrilege gonna have to rethink what they did there. They actually had an incredibly good beat on in the Trunker, and in the Trunker did a fantastic job of avoiding the Kamikaze Punk, who was coming around the side, and really that's what turned it right there. That allowed them to turn back and not die and pick up a couple of kills instead, and so we got a little bit of a tie here once more.
Yeah, absolutely. One of the things that I'm sure that Sacrilege is trying to target is they want to get on that long side of that Junker. They want to get in that dual merc side, because that is the side that, while yeah, it has piercing, it has very limited arcs, very tight arcs, so they can evade using height altitude changes and whatnot. They want to be on that side.
Yep. And it's a continual theme that I see with Pyramidians is, in all levels of play is pirates just get a little bit too antsy, and they just move a little bit too forward, too fast, and run right past the ship and aren't able to continue on shooting.
Yeah,
we've seen that several times today, and we've seen that all throughout the season and in every game. And this Broken Submarine has lost his armor already along this approach. Those dual mercs, actually triple mercs, considering there's two from the Trunker and one from the Gomez, just absolutely focusing down the Broken Submarine here. Getting continual shots coming on down. Will he get taken out before he can even get to the Gomez or the Trunker? All of these ships actually rising up. Kamikaze Punk does have a beat on the Gomez, but in the meantime, the Broken Submarine just gets absolutely slaughtered on that approach, and now the Kamikaze Punk just hitting here by itself. Gonna try to make something happen, but with those front guns already disabled from the Artemis, Kamikaze Punk has got a lot of work to do here, and not a whole lot of room to do it with.
Yeah, he's gonna start feeling that pain. That was a very, very poor charge on Sacrilege. This is not gonna end well. Now they are focusing down. You've got two long-range pirates, kind of in the short-range area here. This is kind of interesting, and you see the Gomez actually rising up and going around. Now he's going to turn around, which turning is not the pirate's specialty here. So we're going to see.
Yeah, this is going to be the Trunker versus the Kamikaze Punk, and you know, it's going to be a lot of disables here, a lot of fire going on. Kamikaze Punk probably just going to end up biting it here as they are going to hit the ground right there. Oh, I'm surprised that actually didn't kill them off, but now armor is down and they will get taken down. So Cake doing a fantastic job of just swatting away that charge by Sacrilege, doing a great job of taking out the Broken Submarine before it could even get into any sort of arc to fire. And those triple mercs and one Artemis just did a load of work.
Yeah, that absolutely is the problem here. If the long-range team knows where you're coming from, knows you are coming, they can absolutely wreck you. You need to be able to surprise Cake. You need to be able to not get spotted. And that's a problem here on Dunes, but the cloud cover does allow that to an extent. You do have visibility. You can get limited visibility here. However, I do know that there are flares in play. I believe the Gomez had the flares. Was that correct?
Maybe.
Yeah,
Yeah, he
Gomez
have a
does
flare,
have
but I
a
don't think.
flare.
I don't. Yeah, I don't think.
I've never seen it used though.
Yeah, I haven't seen a single flare so far. Of course, the clouds in this map move, so flares aren't exactly the most valuable. You do see them used every now and then, but really, I only see them used in like the dust clouds when you have like a lumberjack that's trying to shoot through there. So,
excuse me.
We'll see if Sacrilege managed to get around and up into the face of the Gomez and the VSS Trunker. It did definitely work the first time around, so it can definitely work again. And I don't think they took basically any damage at that point. Actually, the Broken Submarine I think may have taken a little bit, but regardless, they did manage to pull it off, and they can tie this game up real quick.
Yeah, you gotta imagine what's going through Sacrilege's head right now. What the captains are talking about. It's definitely going to be are we going to try this again? Cake, we know Cake's going to be over there because that is the place. Cake is actually
spots down all over the place.
Spots on Broken Submarine and all of Cake, so they know where Broken Submarine is. This is not ideal for Lambert. Broken Submarine is the short-range ship, so he is going to start getting focused. Kamikaze Punk needs to move in, needs to go, or are they just going to sit back and watch? They don't need that. Please don't do that.
Well, we'll see what happens here as Merc shots start coming on in to both of these ships. They're getting split a little bit apart here. Looks like Broken Submarine is wanting to use the curvature of the dunes to his advantage, trying to get behind some dunes there to stop those shots. Kamikaze Punk doing a great job of coming around, and they're going to set up behind the engine column here, and you see this used quite often as a sort of base for shots to come on in.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's definitely
as we get a little bit of a kid action going on behind Shink.
My
no
apologies. Yes,
right.
1 second.
So Broken Submarine is still getting shot at, has not been able to lose his spot, but is doing a good job of avoiding shots so far as the Mercury shots are just not really hitting. A few finally connecting there, but Broken Submarine doing a good job of vertical movement here this time around. Kamikaze Punk, on the other hand, is getting hit quite hard by the VSS in the trunker. However, they now are in range of the shots here, and let's see, Gomez still getting a better of this. Not a whole lot of those Hades connecting, and you gotta hit with those Hades shots, otherwise that gun's not gonna be very effective. And a few hitting here and there. Broken Submarine charging on into the VSS Trunker, and they are getting into the short side of the VSS Trunker now. Kamikaze Punk, however, has lost his armor already, and will they get taken out here? Maybe.
He absolutely needs to dodge something. He needs to do something. Broken Submarine.
Oh, but in the Trunker,
get those mortar shots in.
Oh, Kamikaze Punk, any shot will take him down. But in the meantime, the Trunker does get taken down. Can the Gomez take out the Kamikaze Punk to finish this off, or will the Broken Submarine be able to save his teammate as the Kamikaze Punk still is hurting incredibly from the shots of the Gomez? Oh, they're gonna go for the ram, but it's not needed as those two front shots come in and connect on to the Sacrilege team, and Cake does take it out. A little bit of a hairy ending there for the Cake team, but they got just enough damage onto the Kamikaze Punk at the end there to make that a moot point. So Cake will move on with a 5-3 victory, and they will face the Sky Invading Rhinos in the finals that we will have coming up here next. So incredibly hard fought set of matches here by Sacrilege. They did a fantastic job in the first two, just coming up short in the last one. It's very Battle on Dunes is one of those maps which is very hard to actually make happen with any sort of short-range ships. They almost pulled it off, but just not quite able to do so in the end.
Yeah, absolutely. That was very. I've said it before. Edge of the seat. Sacrilege and Cake both. They were both great teams. They both came out. They came out to win. Cake just seemed to have played the map a lot more than Sacrilege did. It's unfortunate for Sacrilege, but hope to see them next season. Definitely expecting great things from them.
All right, now, guys, it's time for a little bit of preening here, a little bit of boasting, because I like to be, as the fact that I'm associated with Anvil, and that means that coming out of today, we have 2 Anvil Anvil teams that have advanced, which means in the Gold League playoffs, we are going to have a total of 4 Anvil ships going on, which is you know, little bit of. What's up, Rob and Dan? How's that other stream going? How's that Hammer division treating you?
Mad props to you and your casting here. Yeah, definitely enjoy it. It's a lot of fun. Glad to see the 2 teams here coming out. Gonna be an interesting match. I'm excited to face whoever MM faces in the gold playoffs. It's gonna be a fun one, regardless of the team.
Skymane, Rhinos, and Cake, both extremely strong teams, and well, they will go on and face each other here in the finals. Now, I don't quite know what the prizes that one of these teams will win. Of course, both these teams already into the gold playoffs, so they're set with that. This is going to be a for fun match here, and whoever wins this one will get some sort of a prize. I don't exactly know what it is. That hasn't been told to me. So you know, we should just see a nice, fun little match here between these 2 teams, and it is going to be on Northern Fjords.
Absolutely. Can't wait.
Yep, so we're going to take just a second break here, guys, as we get set up for the next match. Do stay tuned. We will be right back.